It's me. So, Bill Withers recently died, which is really sad. But upon hearing that news, I remembered that he was the author of this amazing song called Ain't No Sunshine. It's a great song. And I was inspired in that moment to maybe do my own take on it. Now, I've been making a ton of house music lately, so I thought a deep house remix would be the best way to go. So I did. And I didn't use any samples from the original or anything like that. So this is kind of as much a remake as it is a remix. It's a pretty straightforward remix. I didn't change up the chords or the melody or anything like that. I just brought them over into the deep house world. Yeah, so let me show you how I made it. Oh, didn't see you there. Go ahead and subscribe for me. Oh, hit the like button too. The song opens in a DJ-friendly, mixable way with this guitar and high-passed kick, and kind of just rides that vibe, building up to the first break. There's a clap and top loop that come in here. One interesting thing about this top loop is how I pan the two channels hard left and hard right. I always try and have some hits at the extremes of the stereo spectrum. The opening break is pretty straightforward. I use delay on the guitar to let the listener know that something is coming. This shaker comes in halfway through to keep interest and rhythm. I wrote this filter and delay automation to fade the shaker out in an interesting way. So for this section, it's about riding another wave of energy up, taking you into the chorus. This pad comes in straight away, and this ARP filters itself in. This top loop comes in halfway through. So the lead here just follows the melody from the original lead vocal. The MIDI is on the grid here, but I imported the 16C groove from Logic and applied it on this and other tracks in the song. Then this piano joins in. This skippy percussion comes in, a key ingredient for that swing to really be felt. The bridge follows the I Know lyric from the original. I used a reverb and filter to kind of fade it in from space, coming into focus as you head to the crescendo. This low pass filtered kick comes in to add energy halfway through. The lead gets filtered down here. So one of the key things that helps keep your house compositions moving is automation. Here's an example where I used a low pass filter to fade this arpeggio in. I bounced it to save CPU, but you can see the filter move here. I'm just automating the low pass filter on the synth here. Or the way this guitar gets introduced via high-pass filter in the intro, or the kick for that matter. Or this shaker exiting on this EQ and filter move. The idea here is that you have lots more time with these types of arrangements, so you need to keep things moving to keep them interesting. What is that intoxicating Oh, is that you? Nice. Do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, will you? Thanks. The depth of this bass adds a lot to the emotion of the track. I've separated the sub and mid-bass frequencies. I've used an EQ to focus each layer to its designated spot on the frequency spectrum. This way, the mid-bass can be as wide as you like without phase issues causing your bass to be inconsistent. Your sub layer is actually what's moving the air, and you can make that layer completely mono. I also usually saturate the sub a bit to give smaller speakers a chance at recreating it. Hit me in the comments if you want a whole tutorial on how not to mess up your low end, and if there's enough response, I'll do one. It's the easiest part to mess up. I thought a light, bubbly lead would help keep the tone I was going for. It's fun that, upon first listen, this could be the instrument that makes the whole picture come together for the listener. Like, on the dance floor, this is the aha moment for those who didn't pick up on the bass line. Love these moments in the club. On the channel strip, I'm adding some flavor to the serum patch with this Audiomatic on the hi-fi setting. Just adding a bit of crunch. I have this set up in a parallel processing rack. There's also some automation on the dry wet knob on the Quasar delay version 2 available from my website, link in the description. I also have this field recording of rain that runs throughout the track, adding ambiance. And a pretty standard riser and faller situation. The way the whole drum section comes together is very important as well. Use EQ and panning to make room for everything and create balance and width. The spread function on the NNXT is always helpful on hi-hats. Set it to jump, and the hats jump from speaker to speaker randomly by the amount you set. They mix themselves with just a couple of clicks. Small little percussion hits like this make all the difference when it comes to bounce and groove. Listen to this loop. If I take the swing off just this instrument, it doesn't sound right. The hats are still swinging, so the loop doesn't go lifeless, but the flavor is all off. That's better. Last drum tip today. Like I mentioned before, take advantage of panning. I usually have a pair of hits somewhere in the kit that are panned hard left and hard right. In this case, they are doing similar things, so I'm just using this technique for width, but often they'll be dancing against each other on the extremes of the stereo field. Another thing I've been doing lately is setting up my sidechain trigger by duplicating the zone in the sampler that has my kick on it. I solo it here, and using the amp envelope, I make a short, clicky version of the kick. I then route that short kick out to its own channel, make a bunch of spider audio merger splitters, and route the signal to the compressors on the channels I want to pump. I did a video on sidechaining if you need help on the compressor settings. Same on the clap, although I used a snare sample as the trigger because it has one transient, unlike the live sounding clap, which isn't as defined, but it's the same principle. So there it is. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got info from it. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was inspiring. And I hope you watch the next one, which will be coming soon. Thank you so much for watching this one. And again, hit that subscribe, that like button, do all the things. You can always jump over to my website, djquasar.com. There's a download section. You can get all the goodies, the patches and the things. There's things. Don't worry. There's plenty of things. Yeah. That's it. Thank you.